Good morning, Jaco. Are you ready to get some grooming done? Huh? Are you ready for a spa day? I think it's about 7:30 in the morning. Very nice day. This is going to be the first of 3 dogs I'm going to groom today. 2 of our own, and I'm going to head over to my mom's and do her Aussie as well. These are the tools of the trade that we use. Little pin brush. I don't really use that side of it at all. This is the big one here for the Aussies. This thing here, I don't even know what you call it, but it's like an Undercoat Rake, I guess. Looks like a freaking disposable razor, but it's a great tool for pulling that undercoat out. That's the first thing I start off with. And then this little Sleekies, it's got a lot of different trade names out there. It's kind of a horse brush, I guess. Doesn't get a ton of stuff off, but it has its job. It does its thing too. And then I always finish up with the pin brush. That's the last thing I use. I also have a doggy Dremel nail trimmer, which we do every once in a while. This is big, the toothpaste. All right, we got to brush their teeth. We do it every week. And this one's for cleaning me up when we get done. And then this is some pretty nice pretty boy cologne. This is nice smelling stuff in between baths. It does a real good job. So that's pretty much our stuff. I'm gonna get my table out, and I'll show you how we do that in a second. All right, so this is a big tool, the grooming table. It's just a regular lifetime folding table you can get from Sam's Club or Costco or anywhere, and I don't know, it's like $40, a little 4-foot folding table. And then when Jake was a puppy, I built this little support bar, grooming bar, whatever you want to call it, to support his body and make him feel more safe. Didn't take long before we didn't need that with him, but I'm glad I held on to it because now we have a new puppy, and so we use it on her, and you'll get to see me do that later. But never done this with one hand on the brush and one hand on the camera, but just want to give you an idea how much comes off. I mean, look at that already. Oh, by the way, close your garage door, because otherwise you'll get a ton of hair flying up in there. So I closed both of those, and then I use a blower on the patio to get all the stuff off of there as well when we get done. But this little mane right here takes a ton off of there. See, and then that falls, and you got to watch out to grab onto that. And look at this thing is just full. There's like 3 dogs left in there I think you could make. Anyways, this thing, you do it on the neck. You do this thing on the whole body, really, and it does a great job on the ears. Hey, stand up. Here you go. Turn around. Stop. Stay. See those cowlicks right there? Now I'll brush those away, and they'll go down. But sometimes they get a little bit they get a little bit stubborn, and I end up using the thinning shears on that. And then every once in a while I'll use the thinning shears underneath down there to keep him clean when he goes to the bathroom. And maybe on his toes once in a while I'll use the thinning shear to get some of that wild hair off the toes. Okay, but he's never seen a clipper, and I hope he never does. This is a spot from where he had a surgery a couple of weeks ago right here that's growing over so nicely. He had to get a couple of cysts taken off of him. But the ears, this thing does such a great job in the ears. And I read a long time ago doing this, do not attempt to trim their ears if you don't know what you're doing. Like, you can really, really make them look dumb. And so I try to heed that advice, and I won't do the thinning shears on the ears. No shears on the ears. But I'll show you the thinning shears too. It's definitely not something I use every week. It's every great once in a while. And this is them right here for trimming around, his penis to keep him clean. Every once in a while I might do a little bit on his skirt, but I like the little skirt back there to grow and look kind of Aussie-like. So anyway, thinning shears, that's another tool in my box. But let me just get him going real good, and I'll check back with you and film a little bit more as Mr. Lazy decides to take a rest. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I should probably mention I don't do this for a living. I do this to try to save money, and it's just something I started doing when he was a puppy, and he always tends to look pretty good, so I just kept on doing it. You can see this, look at this flying around. I don't know if you can see all this hair just flying around the area. It's just why you got to do it outside. There's no way I would ever try to do this in the house. I wouldn't even want to do it in my backyard. Now, the part that he hates the most is these hind quarters back here. He does not like me messing around back there by his butt at all, and I have to constantly reassure him it's okay and tell him to stand up. Jaco, stand up. Good boy. Good boy. He's going to turn away from me. Come over here, pal. You got to let me do this. Okay? And try to go with the, least resistance, right? So this part of the body, I brush down. This part of the body, I brush back, especially on this Undercoat Rake, because it tends to pull, and it doesn't hurt them, but it can't feel great. And so you want to try to go with the grain, right? With the direction that the hair's naturally growing, to have the least amount of resistance back on their body. So we do this every Sunday. And I think you're going to be in luck, because I'm going to have to do a little bit of the thinning shear today. So you'll get to see how I use that on that little cowlick right there today. So his ears can get really matted from playing with his sister or with any other dogs. And so the Undercoat Brush, again, does a great job of straightening out any matting that tries to rear itself there. So you go from the front like this, and then just do the back, because it does it the same way there. You just got to be careful around the ears that you don't catch inside the ear, because that little tine, if you will, on that brush, that can hurt and doesn't feel good. So you got to be careful about that around the ears, but definitely does a great job on removing the matting around the ears. So this chest area, it just gets to snowing. Look at all this. It's snowing. It's snowing. Hair everywhere. So this I don't even try to catch it, because it just flies off of here. It's more work than it is worth to try to catch it. Look at this. I mean, it just goes everywhere. A little bit of a breeze helps keep this stuff off of your clothing and out of my mouth and everything else. And this being springtime, they're dropping the coat big time. And look at that's just all from the white. Look at that. Jiminy Christmas. But he got such a pretty coat. There we go. This is a good angle here to show you. It's a pretty boy, huh? Just pull, 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 and let it fall. Let it snow. Yeah. You could, I don't know, I do this for maybe half an hour. I do the whole body, maybe longer sometimes, maybe shorter sometimes, but I could probably do, 2 hours, and there would still be hair coming off of them. So you got to do it every week, if not more often. I know some people have time to brush their dogs every day. We don't. But look at this, just everywhere. Look at this stuff just flying around. You can see why the birds like to pick it up and build nests. Okay, still going. Okay, so I got my wife holding the camera for a second, because this is the part where I have to have two hands to do this. Jaco, stand up. Jake, stand up. Yes, turn. Okay, so to do his skirt in the back, I take my arm and I put it underneath his tummy like this to support him, because he really does not like this. And particularly his left-hand side, for some reason, he doesn't like this. I'd see the leg going up. He doesn't like that. I don't know if it's just sensitive there or what, but stay here. Come in a little bit tighter on this. So you can see how nice this looks when you get in there and you pull all the old hair out and kind of straighten it out. I've been doing a little bit before she came out here, but I wanted you to be able to see how I support the body to do this part here and get that going. And then the other thing that I need 2 hands for is, stay there, look at he sits down immediately, is if I'm going to do these shears, stand up, to thin out that cowlick a little bit. Stand up, Jaco. Come on, up, turn, turn, turn. There you go. Okay, he doesn't really like the sound of this thing. Come on over here, Kath, and point this way. And so I just thin this cowlick out, just little snap, snap, snap action. He doesn't like that noise. So the way you keep him calm is just support his body like that. Let him know it's okay, it's okay. Less is more when you're using these things, I'm telling you. You just want to be able to just take some of the weird growth off of there and check it as you go so you don't take too much off. And then see there, it just kind of takes that out. We'll do a little bit more right there. And then we'll let Kathy go back in and keep doing breakfast. There we go. So now it's time for the Sleekies or Sleek Easy grooming tool, whatever you want to call it. I call it the horse brush. For this one here, it doesn't matter. It doesn't seem to matter if you turn it, you pull it from this side or you use it from the side without the writing on it, because the blade seems to be the same all the way across. And all this really accomplishes is it takes off some of that top coat, stringy looking stuff. You'll see it. Look here, there's nothing on the table now. Watch when I get done with this. Stand up, Jake. Stand up. Stand up, buddy. Okay, stay. I try to watch out for his spine when I'm doing this one. See all that coming off of there? Again, the last one works the undercoat. This one seems to work the top coat. See, look at that coming off of there. Turn. Turn this way. Yes, turn. Here. Yes. One of the biggest reasons we had that cyst removed is I didn't like hitting it with the grooming brushes every week. It never seemed to bother him, but it kind of bothered me. It never grew for 6 months. It was just a little foreign matter there. The vet said that he figured it was something that like a thorn or something had worked its way under his skin and it couldn't get out, so it kind of became like a cyst. So we just had the vet cut that out. That was a couple weeks ago, and the hair's already grown back really, really nice. See, again, look at how this one does. It's a totally different type of hair being pulled off of him with this one. And then we follow that one with the pin brush, or what I sometimes call the finishing brush. This really makes them pretty. Again, this one is nice for the ears. Got to keep those ears nice and smooth and not tangled or matted at all. Nobody wants that, huh? Such a pretty coat, Jaco. Jake, is a pretty boy? Are you pretty? Are you pretty handsome? Yeah, I think so. He's a good boy. On his leg feathers, this is where I just pull up on him with this. Just take out any tangles that might be caught in there. Not too much to do there. Jaco still has his dew claws, so I have to be careful I don't catch that. And I talked about some of these little foot cowlicks, and you can just thin those out. Just less is more, like I say. You can just kind of trim those off. Usually I have 2 hands to do this because he wants to be reassured when I'm messing with these things. You can see he doesn't like that without me using two hands. Jaco, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. Let me do that. It's okay. I don't hurt you. Yeah, I won't do that more on film because I have to really hold him in with my other hand. I can't film while I'm doing that, but you can see how we do this just to trim that out of there. Yeah, hopefully your dog tolerates it a little better than he does. He does not like the sound of this. He doesn't like that at all. But he's pretty tolerant for the most part. So we're almost done, and we're going to get ready and brush his teeth. And that, again, is a two-handed thing, but I'll do what I can to show you. You want to brush your teeth? Go ahead, do it yourself. Okay. Let me see. Really hard to do this while holding a camera because I use the left hand to hold his lip back while we do it. But let's see what we can do. Open up. Ah. Okay. As soon as you get it in there, just back and forth, just like this. Look at me. Look at me. Again, two hands makes it more reassuring for the dog. He tolerates the top much more than he tolerates the bottom. But he's pretty good about it. You know, the vet said we should do this every day. It's just not happening. I just don't have time for that. But we do it every single week, every Sunday, and we do what we can, right? Good boy. Let me see. Let me see. Jaco. We've just started doing this with young Gracie, too. There we go. There we go. Yeah, takes two hands. Works much better. All right, so now we've done his coat and his teeth and his nails. And now we're going to put a little bit of pretty smells on him. Keep it away from the eyes and the ears, obviously. And I let that kind of dry on him for a second before I come at him with the finishing brush and brush that in. I'm telling you, the table makes this whole thing doable. Without the table, this would really not be fun. Having them up at your level, stand up. He's going to try to sit. Having them up at your same level while you work with them is a real plus. Stay standing. Really nice, Jaco. Such a handsome lad. Yes. Are you a handsome boy? So next we'll do Gracie, and that'll be fun. I used the strap on her. Okay, Jaco, come down. Oh yeah. Shake it off, shake it off. Come here, buddy. Come here. Sit. Thank you, Jaco. Good boy. So this is the squirrel known as Gracie, and she is ready. She's almost ready to outgrow this 36-inch steel play yard. So she's growing fast. All right, come on, let's get you out. Can you sit? Gracie, sit. Sit. Yes, good job. Wait, wait, wait. Okay, let's go outside. Come on. Gracie, come on. Let's go. Let's go outside. Come on, let's go. Oh yeah, she's ready. Oh yeah. And go. Don't go over the wall, please. All right, come on over here. Let's get you ready. Come here. Gracie, sit. Yes. All right, I got the straps already. These are just old laptop bag straps is all they are. And rigged them up on there with some eye bolts. and some carabiners to make it work. So she doesn't seem to mind too much. Okay, put your head in here. There you go. Put your legs in here. It's really hard to do one hand. There she is. Come here. Come here. And then we take this collar. We have to leave that on. She loves the camera. And then we're going to strap it in with this carabiner, just like that. Now she's controlled at her torso and at her neck. And I can start to do the thing. We start with the Undercoat Brush, the rake. I'm really surprised how much comes off of her. She's 19 and a half weeks, and look at it coming off of her already. Look at that. But she is an Aussie, so she's gonna have lots of shedding of the hair. Good girl. Look at how she tolerates this. She is awesome. The key is having that strap to keep them feeling less vulnerable at what's going on. Look at all that. Come on. And I work much faster with this one. Look at all this. Get it in the can, because there's just not a lot of time to screw around. When they're this small, they don't have a lot of tolerance and patience for grooming. But she's pretty special. Yeah. Curious, huh? Oh, she's kind of matted back here on her butt. Relax. Look at all that. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Can we do your ears? Ears? Yes. 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 Pretty, pretty girl. Pretty girl. The collar doesn't really get in the way too much. You just got to kind of work around it. She sees somebody walking around in the neighborhood. Healthy distraction. So really what I wanted to show you with her was how we strap her in, and it makes the whole magic possible. Now you could go online and shop for a grooming table and spend a couple $100 or more, or you can put this stuff together yourself like I did, and it's really cheap. Like I say, 40 bucks for the table. I think this electrical conduit was maybe 10 bucks for that. And then a couple of eye bolts that I drilled in myself. And I think this whole thing was like less than 60 bucks. And Jaco's 2 years old, and I've groomed him every week. So what is that? 104, is that the math? 104 weeks of grooming with this table, his first 2 years of life. Pretty sure it paid for itself already. Look at how pretty that coat is in the sunshine. Just so pretty. See, even when I take the front leash off of her, she's still pretty calm with that body strap on. Come here, stay close. So pretty. Look at all that. Look at that stuff over there. That is crazy, right? Blowing everywhere in the neighborhood. It's snowing Gracie. Oh my gosh, look at that gorgeous coat. She's much more darker red than Jake. She's like her Mama Lucy. Mama Lucy, she's a Lucy clone. Lucy's got that same red on one side of the face and white on the other. She is going to be a clone to her mama. Get those ears. The younger they are, the more the ears seem to mat. I don't know why. Look at that in the corner over there. Can you see that? Oh my God, there's so much hair here. The last thing I'll do when I get done with them is I'll get my blower out and we'll blow all this hair off of here and off of the patio and out for the birds for their nests. Gorgeous, Gracie. Gracie. Gracie Lou. Hi. Okay, I got the table all folded up and it fits in the back seat of my truck. So 2 dogs down, 1 to go. Ready to head over and do my mom's dog. Next stop, Sun City. Okay, now I'm set up over here at my mom's house. Let's go meet little Lexi. Hello! Hi there! Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Are you happy to see me? Are you happy to see me? Hi there. Give me a... Hi. Hi. Okay. Okay. All right. Settle down.
I told you to look out the window. You weren't here yet.
So this is not quite 2-year-old Lexi, my mom's dog. She'll be 2 in June. Much thicker coat than Jake and Gracie, as you can see. She will shed a ton. Stand up, Gracie. Come on. Good girl. Or not Gracie, I call her Gracie. Lexi. Lexi, yes. When I had Gracie, I was calling her Lexi for the first month. All right, look at that coat. That is so thick. Oh my goodness. It's snowing in Sun City. Look at that snow flying.
Stay.
There you go.
No.
Oh yeah, she likes to get that in her mouth. I forgot that about her.
She grabs anything that's moving.
Yes. So Mom does regular brushing on her quite often throughout the week, but not every day. Okay, but not with this Undercoat Rake. So this is going to make a big difference. Don't lick that, Lexi.
Lexi, leave it.
She's got a pretty skirt. Oh, watch yourself there, Mom. Lexi, are you a good girl? Stay. Stay right there. Stay. Stay. It just keeps on coming. She's looking good, Lex. Yeah.
Stay.
She is really, really thick. Look at that brush. May as well be pulling snow. Lexi. Lexi, you looking good? You looking good, baby? Aren't you so pretty now? Yes, look at that beautiful, beautiful coat. So sweet. So sweet. Just like a little lamb. Just like a little lamb.
Here. What are you doing, this?
Oh yeah, here's what we took off. If you can see this, it's about a couple of pounds worth of coat there. Crazy, huh? Aren't you a sweet girl, Lexi girl? Yes.